What about now? Can you hear me now? I don't know why you wouldn't be able to hear me. Can you hear me now? Can everyone hear me now? Yeah. Right. Okay. So you can hear me now. Oh, well, that's annoying. I do apologize about that. Right. Let me try and switch back over to the mic and then let me know if you can still hear me. Hang on. Let me try and switch back over to the mic. What about now? Hang on. Oh, hang on. Settings. What about now? Can you hear me now? Right. What about now? I've got the. I should have the mic on now. That should be audio through the mic. Just let me know. Double check. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Little technical difficulty on my end. I have no idea what was going on, but at least we're working now and we are on with the mic. I was fearing I would have had to use MacBook mic then, which I didn't want to do because it's not as good quality. But yeah, good. Right. Okay. We're back on. I do apologize about that. Thank you for letting me know in the chat though, because I was just going to carry on. I would have just carried on, and we would have just been going on with no audio. So if I do happen to cut out again for whatever reason, do make sure you let me know in the chat, and I'll try and fix whatever's going on. But it shouldn't happen again now. Right. So what I was saying was we were just marking out some key levels from this point onwards. So I've marked out the February low, which obviously me and Justin looked at yesterday on stream. We obviously got the sweep here, and we had a little dead cat bounce. And then luckily, we've already swept the low of that move. So we've already swept the low, taken out any stops and liquidity, and then bounced. Obviously, we've had a nice steady climb so far today. If we look through the market, we've got mostly green. So, yeah, we don't want to go back below the February low, that's for sure, from here on. We've obviously got the CME gap open up towards $86,420 up here. So we've got potential to run up there. Where else do we want to mark out? Well, we want to mark this out, don't we? So this is, give or take the range low, $91,000 to $92,000. So we'll call that range low. There we go. So there are key levels. Now, inside this bit here, I do suspect maybe just maybe we have a bit of trouble coming up towards here. Obviously, this is where supply came into the market, wasn't it, yesterday? So we need to keep an eye out on that. I'm just figuring out what color should we have this. Should we have it green? Can you see that all right? Maybe orange. Maybe orange is good. Yeah, we'll use orange. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. So maybe we have a bit of trouble coming into it. Now, really, I mean, we want to make sure that we don't just fall off a cliff. Now, one thing we need to look at is what is the stock market? Again, no sound. Mike saying no sound. Has the sound gone again for everyone? Or is the sound still on? Can you guys let me know in the chat? I can hear Mike. Maybe Mike is a little bit behind. Maybe he's behind. Maybe he started from the start or something. Yeah, sound is on. Right. Maybe he started from the start. But oh yeah, we're getting a little drop on Bitcoin now, aren't we? So yeah, I think We are probably going to maybe see a pullback because of the steady climb today. If we go and have a look at the lower time frame chart, where would we want to hold? We're probably going to come and sweep in, aren't we? Now, it may be not a bad thing that we're heading into a dip into open, because then maybe we might be a sign of ripping upwards. But we would probably want to hold around here, wouldn't we? We'd probably want to hold here around on any drop. If we come down there, so we'll mark that out. So what we want to look at now is, what is the S&P 500 looking like? So leading into, so pre-market, we're getting a bit of a sell-off here, which is probably what is dragging Bitcoin down. But as Justin covered yesterday, it's come in and it's filled a gap now. So we want to see it bounce from here. Now, in terms of Mag 7, what are they all looking like? We've got Nvidia down a little tiny bit pre-market. We've got Apple down another couple of points pre-market. So you can see what's dragging it down. Meta's around same price as closing yesterday. Microsoft is a little bit up. Amazon is marginally down. We've got Tesla a little bit up. This was up at 227 before when I was looking. And we got Google a couple of points down. Now, I suspect a bounce across the rest of the week for the stock market, mainly because you've got huge amounts of shorts coming in now. I suspect there's mass fear and panic, judging, the sell-off across the Mag 7 and the S&P 500 itself. And yeah, I suspect when you get a day like this on Tesla, obviously after the combined huge sell-off that it's had, it's down nearly 50%, isn't it? Just from the end of January here. Yeah, it's down 50%. So a nice little shortcut on Stonksy there as well. Yeah, I do suspect the selling to stop now, I think, is my anticipation, which will give Bitcoin room to squeeze. Now, it's imperative, obviously, that we don't get any more funny business across the stock market. Otherwise, we are going to be drawn back into that, which is not what we want. Howdy. Yes, Steve-O, how we doing? Everyone make sure that you drop a like on the stream. Will benefit us massively. Is America going to dump on us again? My initial thought is no. Maybe we get selling into the open as people panic. But this is where, when there's mass panic and mass hysteria, this is where the smart money tends to come in, isn't it? Is buying up retail fear. So that's what we should see on the S&P 500 now, is smart money buying retail fear as late people are trying to short this or selling into the end of the move. Ideally, we want to see the trend reverse if we can. So that's what we want to see anyway. Just flicking through here, obviously you can see we've got a couple of outliers that are still negative on the day, but mostly across the market we are up a couple of percent, if not a handful of percent, across alts. Solana XRP having good days. Hype's having a good day. Nia. Rare just carries on going, doesn't it? It's just getting this like staircase pattern on it. Aero, which obviously was... Whoa! Wow, that was a big sell-off, wasn't it? All the way into 46 then. What happened there? That was a 1 minute candle. Someone dumped a hell of a lot of Aero then. That is a big old sell-off. So this is into my zone now on Aero. This is this is where I was looking to get in. I got in a little bit too early yesterday, but I did add some more this morning. So this is anywhere around here is where I'm looking for it to bounce. I mean, really, when you look at the high time frame charts, it looks like, you know, the place to accumulate, but you know, that's market dependent, isn't it? But yeah, that's a crazy crazy candle on Aero there. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, it looks like we're going to sell off into the open. What is Aerodrome coin, and is it worth investing in? It is the main DEX on Base network, on Base chain. It's the main DEX on Base chain. I can't tell you if it's worth investing in or not, because obviously I'm not a financial advisor. But I mean, in terms of the chart, it's coming into a point where it looks like it should be coming into demand, doesn't it? But go and do your own research. You know, go and read up about it. Take a look at, you know, what it does, all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, for me, fundamentally, from what I've read, it seems good. But mostly, like looking at the chart, it looks like it should be coming into demand for being down here. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it looks like it should be coming into demand. But yeah, that's maybe that's the capitulation wick on it. I don't know. Pretty wild candle though. Pretty wild candle. I mean, it's took the stops below here now, hasn't it? So yeah, we'll have to see. But I mean, everything probably looking quite similar. To be fair, everything's probably looking quite similar. What about Ondo? We can have a look at Ondo now. Let me just set up. Let me just set up the poll. Right. Ooh. Right. The poll is going. If you want to go and vote in it, the poll is going. So go and have a vote. Let me know your thoughts. What are we getting? We're getting a bit more of a sell-off now on the S&P leading into the open. So we've got half an hour until the open. So yeah. Is the low in on Bitcoin? I suspect this might be the low. Unless we get another freak sell-off on the S&P 500. Something like yesterday. I suspect the low might be in for Bitcoin. Which is what we want, isn't it? So yeah. Got Doge, obviously came into a key level that we were looking at yesterday. I'll have a look at Ondo now as well, but you know, this was my zone I was looking at on Doge here, and obviously we dipped perfectly into that today, and so far bounced. So yeah, Doge not looking too bad. But yeah, we want Bitcoin to obviously market lead us now into strength. I bought the deep around 78k. If was the deep. Well, so you bought the 78k. So you bought around here. You bought around here. Let's have a look at Ondo. Ondo's on the list somewhere. Here it is. Ondo is on the list. Let's see. So Ondo, yeah, we've had a couple of things mapped out. I mean, look at this. This must have been where we were looking in January, mustn't it? Insane. So this for me is the high time frame key level. As we can see, wires resistance, flip to support all along here, drop back down, became resistance. And then this was one I was looking at as well, which it's now fell below. So we can probably get rid of that, to be fair. I mean, we've came into here, haven't we? We've came into here where we've got this little interruption here. And then I suppose you could just mark out the low, which was the low of accumulation. You know, maybe you could move it up to there if you wanted to. But yeah, again, that would have to be catalyzed by further Bitcoin weakness. But yeah, in essence, I mean, it's probably not coming to a bad place in coming into here. It's obviously got a potential level to the downside. But really, we need to reclaim this 95 cents level. But not a bad reaction on Bitcoin so far. I mean, if you just zoom out and pay attention to the daily, we're not looking too bad, are we? We've come down, swept the February low twice, pushing back up. Right, it's not looking too bad. And we don't have any data today. We obviously do have CPI tomorrow. Yeah, we have CPI tomorrow, but no data today. And we've got half an hour until US Open. So, will it choose violence? Will it choose? What will it choose today? I mean, I'm still optimistic. Now, I'm optimistic that we go up. This rare just doesn't stop, does it? Just doesn't stop. I suspect a lot of people are still trying to short that as well. What have we got? We've got ZRO. Maybe potentially trying to put a bottom in. We've got self-chain, which, to be fair, it's just chopping around its lower levels, isn't it? It's just chopping around its lower levels, not making new lows. We've got S, so Sonic. This has just retraced pretty much all of its gains, hasn't it? It had that superb run-up, but is now drifting back towards its lows. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not a great pattern, is it? But you got Say. So Say nearly came into here, which is what we was looking at yesterday. Hasn't quite got there yet. Maybe it won't. But a reclaim of this zone is needed on Say. If we take a look, so I've got something interesting for us to look at. If we go and have a look here. Where is it? In white. So I was looking at this before. So say if this is the bottom, indeed, obviously we've got the top. It's retraced 30% now, Bitcoin. So it's retraced 30%, which in a bull market is a pretty standard retrace for a correction. Now, if we look up, retracing to the 0.5, so the midpoint, would take us pretty much right just above reclaiming the range low, maybe a spike into it. Then we have the golden pocket, obviously here, which would take us anywhere between late 90s and just above 100k, would come into retesting this point here. So, yeah, it's kind of lining up. Just depends, obviously, on what we're going to get. But we want to avoid another sharp sell-off on Bitcoin, that's for sure. Is it worth to trade the 1 min time frame using Stonksy US market open? You can do, yeah. To avoid fees, obviously the lower leverage you use, the less fees you pay. SMFC, what's good? What have you missed? Not much, mate. We've just been basically mostly looking at Bitcoin, and the S&P 500 is what we've been looking at. Yonxi is still on. Sol, Bitcoin, ARK, and WIF shorts. Better wait until tomorrow morning, Central Eastern Time. The US just got up a few hours ago. Australia and Asia are about to go to bed in an hour. No, I think. Well, I mean, it's just a personal opinion, but I think most of the selling should be done around these levels. It doesn't really make sense for the S&P 500 to dump any lower, or the Mag 7, because put volume, which is obviously short orders, put volume is at an all-time high. So that suggests that market fear and market panic and overreaction is extremely, extremely high, which obviously, as we know, tends to lean towards the reversals. Obviously, could be wrong, but I think, personally, I think this has got a really good chance of being the bottom. I think it's got a really good chance of being the bottom, at least for push up in towards the CME gap, and then maybe potentially another test of the range low. So maybe something like this, maybe a push down, and then up towards the CME gap, back down, and then a move up towards the range low to give it another test. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what we get, won't we? Yo, Bash. How we doing, mate? How we doing? Make sure everyone drops a like on the stream, please. It would be massively appreciated. Wish I could go to bed in an hour. Yeah, me too. What is the most important level right now for Bitcoin for us not to enter the bear market? And it's quite a wide open question, isn't it? I mean, if you have a look on the daily chart, I mean, really, we want to see it hold here. So we want to see it hold here. If we don't hold here and we end up going lower, obviously we've got a retest region between sort of 73 and 71k for an SR flip of this, because it never got a retest. But also you can argue that this level here is quite key, 69k, or well, just above 69k. That is the 2021 all-time high, 69,400 something. But the bottom of this candle was the impulse. So this is where the impulse move breakout of the range came from. So I retested that as well. Pretty much, I think anything going below 69k is really dangerous, yeah. But we are selling off into the open, which is really interesting. It's really interesting selling off into the open, because normally what we've been doing previously is we've been pumping into the open and then selling off throughout the session. I suspect people are selling here, anticipating the stock market is going to go further down, which could end up them getting burnt. Been saying for a while, Dave, I don't think we will get an alt season. Plus, I can't see Bitcoin going up 40 or 50k from here. Well, I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. You could also argue that at the point most people lose faith is the point of a bottom, isn't it? Likely it will go down again. See political turmoil in the US progressing. I mean, yeah, anything can happen, can't it? Anything can happen, of course. We had a nice upward trend, and all those shorts opened at 85k. Is that what pushed us down? We just followed the stock market. The stock market had a horrific day yesterday. Really, really big sell-off, and it just dragged us down. It's just correlation to the stock market. Yeah, just fueled by the drop on SPX. But yeah, I mean, it's probably, the market is probably at a point where most people are losing hope and losing faith. So that is typically the sentiment and signs you want for a bottom, isn't it? Zoom out. We are still putting in higher highs and higher lows, says Scotty. Tesla was funny, wasn't it? Big, yeah, mad. 16%. It was up there, I think, with the top 5 worst days in its history of trading. I think it was the top 5. I think it was, or like the top 7, or it was something like that. It was up there though, with the biggest losses it's ever seen in a single day. Bullish RSI on the daily. Yeah, we were looking at that yesterday. There is a bull div on the daily. But yeah, I think what we're seeing at the moment is, I think we're seeing selling into the open because there's anticipation that the stock market is going to sell off again. I could be right, or obviously I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to sell off again. I think we're going to see a reversal. Let's see what we've got on the Mag 7. So a lot of them are pretty much at the same as closing yesterday, or a little bit down, or a tiny bit up. But I think exactly what we're seeing is just people panicking a little bit and thinking that we're going to sell off into US Open, which is quite maybe a good thing, you know, dipping into the open and then reversing. Let's see. Got 52 people thinking down, 48% thinking up. Whether we like it or not, we are going into a recession. Yeah, but the market price is in a recession. So the thing you need to consider is, at the point people realize that we're in a recession, or the point of a recession is, you know, quote unquote announced, the market has already priced it in because the market is forward thinking. So if you imagine, you know, a recession is announced, or you know, there's confirmation of it. Now, you get confirmation of a recession by negative prints of GDP, but the Biden administration actually tried to change that in 2022, so they could avoid, quote unquote, being in a recession. But yes, so how you actually identify a recession is negative prints of GDP, which is growth. But it doesn't matter anyway because the market is forward thinking. So even at the point you go into a recession, the market 6 months prior has already been pricing that in. Afternoon, Justin. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. So much FUD. It's hilarious. Yeah, I think, yeah. What I was just saying, Justin, I think this sell-off into open is people thinking that the stock market is going to sell off again. I think that's what this is on Bitcoin. Obviously, just a natural retrace anyway because it's gone up, you know, pretty much every hour for the past 10 hours. But I think people are anticipating that there's going to be a sell-off, which I think we're going to see a reversal on the stock market today. So that should give Bitcoin some nice relief. A recession is defined by prolonged downturn in economic activity. Yeah. So, yeah, it was, yeah. In the US anyway, it used to be determined by 2 consecutive negative prints of GDP, which is obviously slow growth. But I'm sure the Biden administration changed the definition of what a recession is to avoid actually being classed in a recession. This is retest of weekly open. The UK had 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, but I swear we never got any recession warnings. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what the class in the UK as a recession. I would probably say the UK is in a recession, to be fair, aren't they? Most people are in a pretty dire financial situation. We closed the last 4-hour candle above. Yes, mate. We go up. We go up. I think. I'd like to see us go up. CPI tomorrow, deciding move should be around then. No, the CPI. No, CPI is just. Even now, it doesn't matter. CPI doesn't have that much of a reaction unless we get something totally left field, which will then be used to liquidate people. CPI most of the time is a nothing burger now, or just an event to liquidate one side or both sides. Like I say, unless it's completely out of left field, then you get some crazy number, but that's highly doubtful. What we're getting across the market. Aero's taking a bit of a dip, isn't it? ETH, yeah, it's just all taking a dip alongside Bitcoin, just having a little tiny rollover into US Open. Little tiny rollover into US Open. What was I going to do? Let's check these. So we got 44% up, 56% down. SPX has sold off a little bit pre-market, moving into the open. But again, not surprising. Yeah, I would be shocked if we didn't get a rebound today. Yes, there was an upward trend until 8 o'clock in the morning US time, and then it went down again. Yeah, but it's fear, innit? It's fear and panic. People are fearful. People are panicking. This is what I was saying before. At the point now where you get loads of people thinking that there's just going to be a complete collapse. This is where smart money comes in and starts to counteract retail. So this is the point where now you'll have retail completely panicking here. Completely. You'll have people. Tesla will open today, and you'll have people having rode down the 50% drop. You'll have people dumping the Tesla shares today. It'll open and they'll dump, just because of the sheer. They just get consumed by the fear and the panic. And then that's where smart money comes in and counteracts. There's a lot of shorts open on the S&P 500 to squeeze. But again, doesn't mean I'm right. Just my thoughts. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream now, and please do subscribe. It would be massively appreciated. What else have we got going on in the market? We've got AVAX. Where's AVAX? So yeah, this was my high time frame key level. I had 1430 marked out as well. So we got down towards it, didn't get there. But yeah, I would like to see a reclaim. We'll just call it $20. Reclaim of $20 to the upside. Sui was making its way there as well. Yeah, I'd like to see it reclaim 237 for up. Or now it's just back in between this range, isn't it? Litecoin is heading towards that $80 mark that me and Justin talked about yesterday. Again, range breakdown, as you can see, it dropped out the range, came back up, retest perfectly of it, sold off. What else have we got? We've got H-bar. H-bar coming into that level as well. We got Hype. Hype came into that little consolidation that we was looking at yesterday. Yeah, there's plenty going on. Plenty going on. But we could add some more levels on if you wanted to. So we can use... I like this Spaceman. So let's have a weekly open. We'll have the Monday range. We'll have the monthly open. Yearly. So yeah, you could use this if you want key levels marked down. You could have a go at this. It's good 3 indicators, just called Spaceman. marks out all your key levels for you. Just select what you want on. But we have got 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes until the open. Let me... Let me change some of these. Let's go orange. Let's go that orange. Weekly open. Let's go. And then monthly. Let's go like pink. Right. Let's see what the chat's saying. Got Steve O. I feel Bitcoin will sell off due to people wanting to take their profits. Not a chance. You still out the market, Dave? No. I foolishly bought some Aero yesterday before the drop. Because I had these levels marked out anyway. And I bought some up here. But I added some more today. Added some more this morning. But yeah, that was a wild candle on it. But yeah, mostly because it's just towards its range lows. Just towards its range, its historical lows. So yeah, decided to step in and accumulate some. I think the risk reward is decent on it. And it is actually, I think it's doing more fees on base than Uniswap. It's the main, I'm pretty sure it's the main DEX on base. There we go. So here's the push up coming in now. Here's the push up coming in to open. But yeah, I'm looking to ride that for. I'm looking to ride it anyway for at least hopefully a 2x. If we get a frothy market and Bitcoin recovers the range, then who knows? It could end up being a 3-4x, which would be great. But as a minimum, I'd hopefully be looking for a 2x. Just gonna get a drink before open. Right. Okay. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. So I got an email yesterday because of the new music I was playing. Now, I don't really get it because the music I got yesterday, the new background music I put on, it was from Pixel Bay, which is meant to be like non-copyright, but the live stream got demonetized due to copyright. So it looks like it wasn't actually copyright free, which it should have been. But must have turned out that it wasn't. So yeah. There we go. Got ad up 6% today. Yeah, we just want the open now, don't we? Hurry up. That's what someone wanted me to look at. E-Gold. So E-Gold, if anyone remembers, someone asked me to look at E-Gold. I think it was last week. And yeah, I said obviously about it moving through this zone really fast if it dropped. Because obviously there's nothing here. It's just thin. And yeah, it's moved through half of that already. So Yeah, maybe it doesn't come down and tag it. Maybe it doesn't come down and tag it. Obviously, market dependent, isn't it? But I mean, you look at the daily on Bitcoin, and it's not that bad at all. You know, it's not that bad. Like me and Justin was discussing it yesterday on stream about sweeping the February low, which it did, and then obviously we had a bounce, dead cat bounce, come back down, which is good. You know, the fact that it took out the original low so quickly is good because then it doesn't prolong the dead cat bounce. Came back, obviously liquidated people who long this and put the stop below here, or took the liquidity. And then yeah, we've had a decent bounce. So I think there's a good possibility that this is the bottom. I think there's a good possibility that it's the bottom, but we will see, won't we? Maybe it's not. Do make sure you all drop a like on the stream note, and if you are new, do make sure you subscribe. Getting close to 2,000 subscribers now, nearly at 1.8. So yeah, please do your bit to help me get over the line. Let's head in on the 1 minute chart, shall we? And we want SPX on the other side. What am I doing here? Oh, that's on the weekly. I was wondering what was going on then. Let's get the 1 hour up. Right. Here we go. We got 4 minutes. Well, just over 3. And then we're going to get cracking, aren't we? Bottom forever or bottom for now? Bottom for now. I can't see it being the forever bottom of Bitcoin. But maybe it's the correction bottom. Maybe it's the correction bottom. I think it's got a good chance. It could also, it could always be not. But I think it's got a decent chance of it being the correction bottom. We've gone down 30% from all-time high. We've closed the CME gap. We came into that little interruption that there is on the daily. We also swept the February low. So we swept last month's low. So I think, yeah, and just in general, there's like max fear, isn't there, in the market? There's just like max fear and uncertainty and people crying. So there we go, though. We are going on Bitcoin, aren't we? Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, then. Yes. 82k tagged. Boom. Let's just hope that this isn't a pump into the open and then sell off. let's hope it let's hope it front runs it. What do I do, Dave? Just enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Holy whoa, pump. Marco says LFG. Yes. But yeah, enjoy the show, Jordan. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the pump, hopefully, as well. Let's go. Unless we are just liquidating. Where's it come into? So it's just taking the daily high. Is that the daily high? Yeah, it's just taking the daily high. So hopefully that wasn't just a liquidity run. But it's just taking the daily high. So let's see what happens anyway on open. We've got 1 minute to go. We've got 1 minute to go until open. Bitcoin going against SPX. Yeah. Maybe that could well be just a liquidation move, couldn't it? Looking at it, I mean, it's about to fully retrace. What's that hyperliquid address doing? Is that hyperliquid address long yet? Now would be the perfect time. Go long. Go long, Baron. Quote unquote. Right. Got 10 seconds. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to everything. Right. SPX is dropping back down towards 5,600. And there we go. We are open for business. We are open for business. Right. Come on then. Let's see what we're getting. Right. We need we need the reversal today. Give the reversal, or at least a push up. Won't be a full reversal, but it could be a decent push up. Let the people sell into fear, and we will revel in glory. If you check open interest, you can see this pump is positions opening. What's the hyperliquid address doing now? Yes. I mean, really, it would make sense. It would make sense to bounce here. Let's go and have a look quickly, see what the Mag 7's doing. You got Tesla up 1.36%, 1.5%. You got Apple down, but the rest of them are green. Tesla is gapping up, recovering a little bit. Oh, god damn it. Let's get back on there. Afternoon, James. How we doing, mate? How are we doing? So we have got the pretty much full retrace on the 1 minute spike now. We've got Sol, obviously battling this 125 level. As you can see, it had a go of it earlier today. It's had another go of it now and rejected. This is the key daily close, in my opinion, anyway. The key level to close above on the daily to give a better outlook on Sol. We also need ETH to reclaim 2,100. But remember, the first 15 minutes / 30 minutes of today is going to be where the bait comes in. So smart money will be waiting for the bait. They'll be waiting for everyone to panic, start like trying to mega short it, selling the stocks and stuff like that. Building up that last little bit of liquidity, and then in theory we should see the push back up, unless we just carry on going down. I mean, we could always just keep nuking, I suppose. But it'll be telling after the first like 15, 20 minutes, half an hour or so. Why sudden spike? No reason, just the market doing its thing. It's only a 1 minute candle. It's just the market doing its thing. Right, so the S&P 500, let's have a look at the 1 hour. So we are heading back down towards the lows now on the SPX. Let's get the Bitcoin 1 hour up as well. So let's see what we're going to get. We've got a long session ahead, though. We've got a long session ahead. Turnaround Tuesday. 72,500, please, says James. James, you're going to get front run, mate. You're going to get front run. The market's going to front run you by about 2K. Yeah. Not even by 2K. By 1,200. Famous last words. Holy moly, Bitcoin dominance almost 60%. Is it? Is it? It's everyone selling the alts, isn't it? Where is Bitcoin dominance? Is it this? No, that's futures. Here it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, big climb up. It's people getting out of their alt positions, isn't it? People getting scared, getting out of their alt positions. But yeah, I hadn't noticed that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Massively appreciated. Are we going to hold? Are we going to hold? Hold on. Hold on. See what we've got. We've got a bit of more of a mixture now. Got Meta up nearly 1%, Tesla up 1%, Google break even, Amazon up 0.7, Microsoft down a little bit, Apple down 1, Nvidia up 1.2. Is it going to be turnaround Tuesday or is it going to be turmoil Tuesday? That is the question. What the hell was that 4% spike in ETH? It will have been on that Bitcoin candle. It'll have been on that Bitcoin 1 minute candle. That would have catalyzed that. It's just the market doing its thing. It's just the market doing its thing. Don't question it too much. It's just the market doing its natural thing. But yeah. Let's see. We've got 46 people watching as well, so do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe. If you want to take any trades today, do make sure you click the first link in the description and sign up to BLOFIN. Non-KYC, so you just sign up with an email, and it takes under a minute to sign up. Absolutely fantastic exchange. Did Stonksy catch the recent dump? Looks like it. It did, 41, yeah. It did. Let me give you a better outlook there. There you go. So from 86,300-ish. 86,300-ish it was. It also, it caught it on the bot as well, because at the moment, obviously, the bot is running on the 1 hour. So for anyone wondering what this is, obviously, this is Stonksy. If you happen to be new and you've never watched the stream before or whatever, this indicator's Stonksy. So the indicator itself has a few working components, such as this background color change, which shows long and short opportunities in the market. Also automatically plots SR levels for you. Several other components to the indicator as well in terms of features. But you also get Discord access and access to the trading bot as well. So that's all on every single plan. So if you want to sign up, click that second link in the description. That'll take you to this page. Obviously, you can choose what plan you want. You can choose monthly plan, annual, or lifetime if you want to. Any of these buttons here are fiat payments. But if you want to pay crypto, you click these buttons here. But if there's not the asset or network you want to pay on, just click the hyperlinked email address. Just say, hi, I would like to purchase this plan using this, say like USDT on Tron or something, whatever it may be that this portal doesn't have an option for. And we'll sort you out. But yeah, do make sure you sign up. Come and try us. Come and try us. And yeah, you get, obviously, like I said, you get access to everything. Tesla pumping hard. Probably a sign Bitcoin will too. Everything cheap. Yeah. It's turnaround Tuesday. It's turnaround Tuesday, in my opinion. This was always going to happen because you've just got to think. Basically, all you have to do is you have to position your mind in the psychological aspect of a market. So you've got something like Tesla, which is down 50% in a month. Literally down 50% in a month from the end of January to, nearly a month and a half. We'll call it like 5-6 weeks. Then obviously everything else took an absolute battering. Nvidia's took a battering. But in terms of the S&P itself, S&P's had a huge sell-off. Look at that as well. Pretty much bang on all-time high. There's the all-time high there. And there is where Stonksy entered the red background. Caught it all down. When you get to the point down here, you have people really start to panic and shit themselves and think it's just completely over, and then that's where people either start shorting very late into the move or just completely offloading the stocks. When you get something like we had yesterday, a 15% day on Tesla, that's, a good indication after the move it's had. Okay, maybe we're looking for a turnaround, and I believe it filled a decent gap as well. Yeah, it pretty much filled nearly all of this gap. Had a few open gaps there, didn't it? That one was open, and this one. But yeah, normally you could say that's the capitulation move. So you just have to put your mind in what is logical for the market to do now. Is it logical to keep dumping like everyone's on board with saying? Everyone's obsessed with the dump carrying on. Or is it logical that now smart money is going to start positioning against what the mass think is going to happen? For me, it's the latter. The logical thing to happen now is the market to pump, and then everyone just be confused why it's pumping and just like angry at the market. So yeah, psychologically, it just makes sense for us to go up from here. The pump was because of Senator Loomis' tweet, I think. Honestly, them tweets and stuff like that, off all them now, I have no interest in, because they're never going to last. So you may as well just ignore them. Let's see. They're never going to provide anything, are they? Let's see. Oh. The Bitcoin Act is back. Today, I'm proud to reintroduce landmark legislation that will codify President Trump's bold vision to establish the United States Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and strengthening our nation's economic foundation for generations to come. Bitcoin is not so blah, blah, blah. Does it say what they're actually going to do? So, of digital innovation to address our national debt. Okay. But what is the legislation? That's what we want to know. Let's give it a little like. But yeah. What were your thoughts on the strategic reserve, Dave? I didn't actually watch any of that summit on Friday. I mean, long term, it's obviously a good thing, isn't it? Long term, it's obviously a good thing. You can't not see it as bullish long term, unless you're someone that believes that, when you start getting all these institutions and governments coming in and stuff like that, it's kind of partly killing what Bitcoin is about, innit? But the thing is, you're never going to keep them out. When an asset gets so big, the biggest players want the piece of the pie, don't they? So there was always going to come in eventually. But I mean, it's only, I suppose it's only a good thing in terms of taking the price somewhere, isn't it? And let's be honest, it's all people care about. It's about price, innit? If the US starts buying up Bitcoin, and then, you have other nations then adopting it, and then maybe trying to beat each other or trying to get, a decent portion, that's all anyone cares about. I mean, if Bitcoin goes to a couple of $100,000, maybe not this cycle, but in the next cycle, goes to $500,000 or something, are people going to be bothered that the US government owns 5%, 10% of the supply? Or are they going to be bothered about, wow, this has actually pumped my bags loads? They're just going to be bothered about the price, aren't they? And that's all we're here for, isn't it, really? She's doing a live stream. Is she? Where is it? Yeah, that was mad, that, weren't it? That FIFA trophy. You could just tell Trump weren't arsed as well, because I seen a clip of that. You could just tell Trump just wasn't bothered about that FIFA trophy at all. That Club World Cup is just nonsensical anyway. It's just complete nonsense, isn't it? It's literally just a cash grab for clubs. No one will I watch it? Maybe, if I've just got nothing to do. But I have no interest in that Club World Cup at all. It's just another way for FIFA and then clubs to get a decent amount of cash, which you can't blame them. You can't blame them, but it's just a pointless. It's just a pointless It's a pointless tournament, isn't it? It's a pointless tournament that no one really cares about. It'll just be the fact that there's no other football on at that time, is there, in June? So it'll just be something for people to watch. That's why Trump likes it. Why? Because it's a cash grab. It's to replace the other dumb idea they had a few years ago to get more money for teams to play second. Yeah. The Super League. Yeah. Because I think they're all getting like, I think it's like the winner gets 100 million, or they're getting something stupid like 100 million just for participation or something. Where's this live stream anyway? Give her a follow on the Stonksy account. Where is she doing the live stream? Does anyone know? I mean, so far it's been a pretty dull open, hasn't it? Which is what we want. We don't want like a big, violent, crazy open. We want Bitcoin just to hold its position, allow SPX to gather itself. You know, because at the moment we're in the first 15 minutes. In theory, what's happening? Well, in my opinion, what's happening is you're getting the last of the people either selling or trying to short this move. Then after the first half an hour, you'll have smart money coming, and then that's when we should start to rip up, and then obviously it will then start to squeeze people in the ideal world. So really, Bitcoin just needs to hold its position and wait for SPX to give the green light to give it some further relief. As long as it's just holding around here, we're all right. Let's have a look. So Apple's not doing too well today, is it? It's down. Oh, there was something on today. What was this? Maybe this is why Apple's down today. It plans major software overhaul. I don't know. I don't know. But it's down 2%. But Nvidia's up nearly 3%. As you see, you got a nice squeeze coming on Nvidia now. Meta's up 2%. We got Microsoft turning positive on the day. Amazon 2%. We got Tesla up 4%. So if Apple can pull back that drawdown, we should be in line for a decent day on the SPX. But like I said, you know, just hold its position, and wait for the breathing room. Because if this is the bottom, and then that's the bottom on SPX, and SPX get a squeeze back up to, you know, 5,800 or maybe even higher, then Bitcoin's going to have a rocket up its ass. We just need to make sure it holds its position. It's to replace. Oh yeah, I read that. They should they should be in the Super League. Get some variety in the Prem again. OnlyFans is where live stream is. Oh wow, I don't think. Oh Dave, I've sent you the Loomis live stream. Have you? Let's see. Do we want to watch it on stream, or is it not worth? Will you have a look to see what she's saying? Will you have a look to see what she's saying, Dean? If she's saying anything interesting, I can pull it up on stream and we can have a look at it. If they're just talking nonsense, then I'll leave it. It's boring. I'll just leave it then. Yes, Wiz, how we doing, mate? Yes, how are we doing, mate? Great to see you. It's boring. It's also Vivek, not Loomis. Oh, fair enough. I've got it on mute. You're more interested. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you very much. We do have 51 people watching as well, so do make sure you drop a like on the stream and subscribe. If you're looking to place any trades today, you know, if you're looking to long Bitcoin, long any altcoins, or maybe you think we're going down more and you want to short, make sure you click that first link in the description, and I'll put it in the chat as well, and sign up to BLOFIN. The best non-KYC exchange in the industry and just best overall exchange. And if maybe you're looking to buy the dip, you know, you want to pick up some more spots across the market, the best place to do that as well. And I'll just give you a little reason why. We have a page dedicated to it on the Stonksy website. So obviously it's non-KYC, everyone's favorite type of exchange, and you can use it anywhere in the world with a VPN. But also, the funds are fully custodied and safe. So if you want to, just keep stables on there for a day like yesterday, maybe you're the type of person that just wants stables on an exchange for a day like yesterday when you get a good buying opportunity. You can have peace of mind keeping them on BLOFIN. Obviously, to have positions open to buy and sell your spot or hold your spot on there. But yeah, I mean, if you want to pause the stream and just have a read over them, you can, or find it on stonksy.io. But yeah, by far the best exchange out there for just everything that you can do. Trading and holding positions wise. So yeah, do make sure you check them out. Shave, take profit too on my ETH short before the news pump. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going up. I'm thinking we're going up now. Obviously, we've got some key ones here. I think this might be a bit of a challenge for it. Obviously, coming into where supply came in. And then obviously we've got the Monday high, the monthly open at 84,300-ish. And then obviously we've got the open CME gap at 86,420. So plenty to the upside for it to try and chew through. And it looks like the SPX is going to maybe be giving Bitcoin the green light to have some room to squeeze. If we can start charging back to the upside on this today throughout the session, we could really see a big squeeze on Bitcoin. Dave, the bull is back. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't want to see any more downside. Yeah. Ideally, I want to see it go up. But the market will do what it wants, won't it? The market will do what it wants, no matter what anyone thinks. So we can only look and learn. I'm just going to get a quick drink. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Let me know if you want me to look at any altcoins or whatever. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you want me to look at. But yeah, make sure you check out the second link in the description as well. That's to sign up to Stonksy. We'll have a little run through Stonksy as well in a second. TMG says, I'm not saying if I'm short or long. Okay, then. Let's have a little... Should we do a little poll then? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll in the chat. What is TMG? Let's see what everyone thinks. There you go. Go and vote in the poll. Let's see what everyone thinks. Do you think TMG is short or long? Go and have a vote, and let's see what everyone thinks. People are thinking long at the moment. People are thinking long. He's double bluffing the market. Maybe he's both. Maybe he's both short and long. Maybe long down here, and he's gone short up here. Who knows? Maybe he's both. Maybe he's got two open trades. I mean, really, I suppose technically you are still short as well, because you will still be on this Stonksy bot trade, won't you, as well? So yeah, for those of you that don't have Stonksy or don't know what Stonksy is, this is Stonksy, the indicator. You get these background color changes, which show you potential short or long opportunities in the market. Obviously, the red background is short, and as you can see, come off absolutely beautifully. It also automatically plots SR lines for you. I'll show you exactly what other features it has. So you get alternative time frame viewing. So for instance, if I set it to the 5-minute, here it'll show you the background color changes on a different time frame. So I'm viewing the 1 hour, but you can select to show a different time frame, such as the 5-minute or whatever you want. You also get bullish and bearish arrows. So alongside this background color change, as you can see, this little red arrow here, that is the arrow confirmation as well. But you also get an oscillator, which the oscillator is on the next development. So this is the oscillator showing momentum, but that will be the next feature for an upgrade. And then, yeah, you get full access to the Discord server where the Stonksy community is, and you also get access to the trading bot. So that's obviously the one that's got everyone excited recently. And the trading bot currently is following the 1 hour Bitcoin background color change. So it opened a short here for all users on the trading bot. And then obviously, yeah, opened it automatically for them and has caught all the drop down. So yeah, you get all that. No matter what plan you're on, you get access to everything, and all upgrades and developments come free as well. So yeah, that's the second link in the description. Do make sure you sign up. Are we on about crypto? Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're looking at, this is the Bitcoin chart. I was talking about Stonksy. I can say I'm quite nervous. I have the shakes. What's the market? What's everyone thinking? So, it's quite evenly split. 46% people think that you're short, and then 57. It's split a little bit more now. There you go. You got Gold Sniper saying buy Stonksy. It's the best decision you can make. Gold Sniper is a long-time Stonksy user as well. He was in since October, so pretty much around the time when we first launched it to the public. So he's had it, a good few months now. Must be coming up to about 6 months, around 6 months. So yeah, he's one of the OG users of Stonksy. So a nice little testimonial from him there. So yeah, do make sure if you haven't got it, click that link in the description. Come over to the Start Now page to sign up and choose your plan. And it'd be great to see you all in the Discord. Let me know in the Discord as well if you end up joining, which you should. Let me know in the Discord if you came from stream or not. I mean, in relation to the new poll, I imagine it's on Bitcoin, yeah. But yeah, it will be crypto. 6 months of profits. There we go. But yeah, we're getting a little bit of a sell-off now on Bitcoin, as you can see here. If we go over to the SPX. SPX is feeling a bit of downside heat again. So we are where we are. Whatever will be, will be. But yeah, we just pretty much just need that relief on SPX to give Bitcoin the room to squeeze. The volatility is scary. 10x is not safe. No, 10x isn't safe at all. Not in this market, that's for sure. You'd be much safer on like 3x, wouldn't you? I mean, even on Bitcoin, we saw, on Bitcoin, if you was on 10x, say you were 10x long around here, that would have liquidated you, that move. And that's just that was, even, it only really started to turn on Sunday, didn't it? So that would have been liquidation in pretty much like 2 days if you're on 10x long from up here. So yeah, definitely not safe even on Bitcoin on 10x at the moment. But what are we getting on XRP? It's trying to hold its range low, isn't it? As you can see, it's trying to hold its range low. It did close out here, but I would say, really, I mean, the trouble would come if it started to close below $2. Then I think we would drift into here on XRP. At the moment, it looks like it's doing its best to hold. But I think if we close below $2 and then stay below, it will drift into like 150 to sort of 130 range. We got Sol. Sol really needs to recapture this 125 level. On the daily, it is absolutely key. Obviously, since it's come up pretty well a year ago now, obviously it's came down and tested lower levels, but as you can see, it's never closed below the 125 level. It came in and tested the low 120s, but even here, it never closed below the 125 level. Tell you what, that's actually in the wrong place, isn't it? Yeah, so needs to recapture it, in my opinion, anyway. And yeah, obviously it's come up and rejected off it today, so. But oh, here we go. Here we go. So we're moving on SPX now. We're moving. So there you go. There's the first half an hour done. Half an hour on the stock market's done. And what did I say before? The first half an hour is where we'll see retail make the last panic moves, and then we'll get smart money coming in. Let's see if we're right, because we are starting to move now. Bang on half an hour as well. Exactly half an hour after the open. So this is where smart money will start to position now and place the bets. Which, yeah, we should see, hopefully, a decent breathing room on Bitcoin. Come on, here we go. How is gold looking today? We'll have a look. Crazy candle on SPX there. Could be a reversal candle. That. Yeah, I do expect it to reverse from here. But, I mean, maybe not. Who knows? Nothing is guaranteed, is it, at all? Gold is pushing up still. So gold is still within its distribution range. And if this is the macro top, around these levels, you know, like here is like the distribution range. So, and it's only been in there a month. So, yeah. We'll see. Dropping back down on Bitcoin. Yeah, dropping on Bitcoin, dropping down on the SPX. We're melting through, aren't we? We're melting through. No good. No good. Only 1 minute, like, but still. Yeah. Bitcoin's starting to sink now. It's starting to sink. Thing is, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to move up today or move down. You know, it could always just consolidate, couldn't it? It could always just consolidate. It doesn't mean it has to have another volatile day. Maybe we just see it consolidate. We've got Link doing messing around that $12 to $13 level. Got SPX. Oh yeah, it's dropping big time now, isn't it? Dropping big time. As it's got Apple down 3%. Google's turned negative. Tesla is seeing some absorption of that upwards momentum that it had. I'm guessing everything maybe is in. No, Meta's still going strong. Amazon's still going strong. Yeah, Apple's really pooing the bed. Make sure you drop a like on the stream now and do subscribe. We are close to losing 80k again on Bitcoin. SPX is pushing down hard again. Bitcoin's trying to do its best to stay afloat. It's trying to do its best to stay afloat, but it's feeling the pressure. It's feeling the pressure from the stock market. It's trying to stay afloat, but we are seeing a lot of pressure coming from the stock market. We need to see this ease up and provide some relief. Still plenty of time to do it, of course, but yeah, that's what we need. So let me know what you would like me to look at anyway. Let me know what you would like me to look at. Got getting a push back to the upside on Bitcoin now. Let's see what everything else is doing. Got ETH. I imagine everything. The thing is, everything will look very similar today. Everything will have had a drop down, a relief, and then a little bit more of a sell off now. Everything will look very, very similar. So I mean, when you're flicking through things, there's not going to be really much difference in them all. You can see pretty much the exact same pattern across the whole market. Doesn't really matter. I mean, to be fair, what was that then? That clicked on near and yeah. There's some outliers. You got Tau up 8%. You got near up 7%. Obviously outperforming the rest of the market and not really dipping. But for 90%, 95% of altcoins, they're all showing the same pattern. Jupiter. So Jupiter came right into that low that we were watching and had a nice bounce. But Bitcoin's trying to stick with it now, isn't it? Now we're seeing a little bit of a pushback to the upside on SPX. Maybe we just get a consolidation day. Maybe we just get a consolidation. Oh yeah, well, I've just done that, haven't I? I've just done that. We've just been through. I mean, I could go through some at the bottom. These two obviously were newly launched, wasn't they? And look at if you note everything that we're clicking on, Stonksy's caught the drop on everything on the 1 hour pretty much. Obviously, these are two newly launched ones, Pi and Kato. Obviously, both had big sell-offs alongside the rest of the market. But you'll see that pretty much everything we're looking at, Stonksy has caught the drop on. Say is flipped its high time frame support level to resistance now. As you can see, it dropped below resistance. Really tried to push back into a resistance sell-off. So it's kind of in a bit of no man's land here. This is a key zone to the downside. Jasmine's in the same position as well. Dropped below its high time frame support level. And it's not really got much there until it goes back down to here. We got World. I think World is like in sort of like price discovery, but to the downside. Again, 1 hour, caught everything. So this is exactly what Stonksy can do. So do make sure you sign up. Links in the description for you. We've got Tia up 5% today. One of the stronger ones. Atom. Arb. Again, 1 hour. Perfect. We got Paul. Obviously formerly Matic. Again, 1 hour. Wow, that went down to 19 cents. You know what's crazy about something like this? I remember, so in 2022, when Bitcoin, after the Luna collapse, and Bitcoin dropped down to, I think it was about 17K or 17.5K before it went on the run up to 25K in the August, and then obviously sold off again, and then that was before FTX collapsed. I remember when Bitcoin dropped down to 17K in June 2022, when it hit its low before it rallied up to 25K. Matic's low was around 30 cents. It was around 30 cents, its low. Fast forward to Bitcoin at $80,000 a couple years later, and Matic's at 21 cents. Crazy. You got Aave down, so Aave's going a bit against the market. Obviously, Aave was a peak performer. But yeah, so that's where I'm back up to 81,300 on Bitcoin. So we're seeing a shift back to the upside now. And as you can see, the correlation, SPX is absorbing that selling pressure that it had coming down here. So that's literally all we need. We just need the stock market to go in our favor, and we could see a really good short squeeze. So let's close this poll here. 61% of you think TMG is short, 39% think he's long. So I don't know whether he is going to share with us the actuality of it, but that's what everyone is thinking. Right. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now, isn't it? It's kind of where we're at. Everything's kind of just waiting on Bitcoin to do something to the upside to reclaim key levels. Obviously, ETH needs to reclaim 2,100 for a daily close. This is really key that it closes above here again on the daily. Sol needs to recapture 125 for a daily close. So everything is pretty much just waiting. AVAX needs to recapture pretty much $20 for a daily close. Everything is waiting on Bitcoin to push back up. Let's have a look at the heat map. Again, like we said yesterday, these are potentially a bit misleading in terms of trying to direct the market into one specific place. But we do have a nice cluster around 84K, which makes sense because that's where the CME gap is. Pretty much that's roundabout bang on where the CME gap is. So that makes sense. The weekly, you know where it's going to be. It's going to be above the highs. So as you can see here, this big cluster that it says here, if you have a look on the thing, you know exactly where that is because this was the tight range that it was in before it sold off. So you know there's going to be loads of liquidity above here, which lines up with taking the CME gap, doesn't it? Big old chunk down at 70K apparently. But look at all that. There's loads of liquidity up there. So we'll just have to see what we get, won't we? We'll just have to see what we get. But I mean, ideally, yeah, we don't want to see Bitcoin sell off anymore. We don't want to see Bitcoin sell off anymore. We want the low to be in and we want to push back to the upside. in an ideal world. But yeah, give me your thoughts on the market. I don't know. There's not really. It's interesting, isn't it, when you get something like this, because you're just kind of waiting. You're waiting for like the big, like the next move to happen, and you're waiting for things to give you the signal for where maybe they're going to trade next. But we did close the downside CME gap, the one where it had a little bit left open to the downside. That was closed on this move. But SPX just isn't letting up on the selling pressure, is it? It's not letting up on the selling pressure. So, yeah, in the meantime, no go up for Bitcoin. Just going to get a little drink. Don't worry, I'm still here. Right. Yeah, there's not really much else to run through, is there? I don't think, unless anyone wants to give me something in the chat. If anyone wants to suggest something that we look at in the chat, let me know. More than willing to look at whatever you guys want. But we're pretty much just waiting for the SPX to stop selling off to give Bitcoin the green light to go up. In the meantime, if this keeps going down, it's going to keep dragging Bitcoin down. So that's where we're currently stuck between, unfortunately. You got Kaz. Kaz is probably, I think that's the strongest one we've seen on the watch list so far, up nearly 12%. Really, really strong move today, going against the market, and it's looking like it's going to come into here. That's where obviously supply came into the market. Boom, down. But yeah, really strong move on Kaz today. XDC. I can look at that for you. XDC. XDC mainnet. Nice caught by Stonksy again. There's so many examples of Stonksy smashing it on the 1 hour, isn't there? Oh, wow. Oh, this is... okay. I remember. This is the one that went on a mental run, weren't it? Yeah, it's looking like... I mean, this was potentially the level for it to hold here, where it held along here. So, yeah, probably around there-ish. My initial thoughts on this is probably it just keeps distributing down. It kind of went against the market, didn't it? So when it was pumping up here, the market wasn't really doing anything. I don't know. Maybe it holds. Maybe it doesn't. But, I mean, you would say, obviously, that's probably a prime place for it to retest. Stonksy's got this outlined here as well in the green. Maybe it comes in, yeah, and tests around this consolidation here, but yeah, it's in line with everything else performance-wise, isn't it? But you know, if you're feeling confused or whatever, just shift out to the daily. On the daily, Bitcoin doesn't look bad at all. It's just it swept yesterday's low and came up. On the daily, it doesn't look too bad at all. So it's all about perspective. What has that Cynthia Loomis conference finished yet? They've obviously, I mean, I'm guessing they've not said anything. I haven't seen another wild 1 minute candle. So but Bitcoin's holding up well so far. Is it? I mean, you could also make the argument that it's just waiting, isn't it? It's just waiting for the moment everyone thinks, okay, doesn't look like there's any more downside, and then just bang. But I mean, yeah, gun to my head, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just waiting for that clearance. But yeah, let me know in the chat what you guys want me to run through. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a little roundup. So obviously, where are we on Bitcoin? On Stonksy, we are still short on the 1 hour. Obviously, got into the red background at 86,300 ish. Still riding the trend, which translates to the bot still being short. So yeah, everyone who is on the Stonksy plan has had this trigger open for them automatically by the Stonksy bot. So yeah, big up Stonksy users for capturing this move on Bitcoin and capturing all the drop. But yeah, yesterday obviously we came in and we swept the February low here. We then had a little dead cat bounce and then ran through it again. And yeah, obviously took this low out, and then we've bounced quite decently so far. But yeah, we did sell off leading into the US Open. And since US Open, SPX has sold off a little bit, dragging Bitcoin down with it. But it is kind of trying to hold up and waiting for that green light. Maybe we see a bit of trouble here on Bitcoin where supply came in. But overall, to the upside, we've obviously got yesterday's high. We've got the monthly open around 84,400. We've got the weekly open. And then we obviously have the CME gap, which is open up to here. So, yeah, plenty going on for the upside on Bitcoin, but we would like to see it hold. But, yeah, we're just waiting for some relief from the stock market to do so. In terms of everything else, we've got ETH needing to reclaim 2,100. Obviously, again, like everything else we've looked at on stream, Stonksy has absolutely smashed the performance this week, calling the drops on everything across the board. But yeah, essentially, it needs to reclaim 2,100 for a daily close on ETH. Same for Sol, needs to reclaim $125 for a daily close to provide a better outlook. XRP is really trying to hold on to its range. Anything starting to close below $2-ish is a sign of real weakness, and we could trade a good 10-20% to the downside. But for now, it's holding on, and it's doing its best to hold on. Aside from that, we've got things like AVAX and SUI trading around key levels. Obviously, SUI has dropped back into this range, so a reclaim of this upper level would be bullish. Otherwise, potentially, maybe we drift down towards around here. Same for AVAX. Reclaim of $20 would be bullish. As you can see, another example of Stonksy capturing the drop to the downside. But yeah, a potential level of interest below on that. Same for Litecoin. Lost its range yesterday. Came up for a retest. Rejected. Sold off. $80 is a prime retest and level of interest for Litecoin. Should it get there? Reliant probably on Bitcoin performance to take it down there. What else do we have? We've got something like Say and Jasmy, both in the same boat of losing high time frame support zones. So kind of stuck in no man's land at the moment, maybe waiting for a reclaim, maybe waiting for a test of lower levels. But that's kind of where the market is at today. Everything's kind of trading around key levels or waiting for Bitcoin to provide some further relief to the upside to try and get a push back up to the upside and gain some momentum. But yeah, until we get a turnaround on this and a bottom formed, or at least some relief to the upside, Bitcoin's under pressure, and potentially maybe we see it trade a little lower. But that's pretty much where we're at today. Just kind of a waiting game now to see what happens. But yeah, let me know in the chat. Does anyone want me to run through anything else before we go? Make sure you've dropped a like on the stream, and if you're new, subscribe. And make sure you check them links in the description. Sign up to BLOFIN if you want to trade anything today or buy any spot or whatever it may be under a non-KYC account as well. Best exchange out there for sure. It's what we recommend at Stonksy, obviously. And then, yeah, make sure you sign up to Stonksy as well if you want to get indications like this. And like the rest of the market, you know, this is on Bitcoin, calling the short at 86,300 and something. On ETH, calling the short at 2,000, just above 2,100. On Sol, up at 140. If you want to get indications like this, obviously get full access to the Discord server where the Stonksy community is, and also get on the trading bot and get obviously positions opened and closed for you automatically like this. So you'd never miss a move. Make sure you click that second link in the description and sign up. Why Martin is not doing live streams anymore? I'm guessing you mean TMG, Felipe. I don't know if TMG is still watching or not, but I think maybe he might be starting to stream again this week. I think maybe he might be starting to stream again this week. But obviously, if he's in the chat, then he'll confirm or not. But I think he may be starting to stream again this week. He's had a bit of a busy schedule. He was doing a bit of traveling and stuff. So I think he's had a bit of a busy schedule, but he will be. I think he's getting back to it this week. I think I've seen him say that on Twitter. So yeah, you just have to wait for him to go live or wait for him to tweet when he's going live next. But I assume he'll be back in the swing of it soon. So yeah, just look out for that. But in the meantime, Felipe, it's great to welcome you to my stream. Make sure you drop a subscribe and come back to my streams every day as well. Because me and Jordan, even when he's streaming, we stream at different times. So you can always come to both. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who joined today. It was a great stream. Obviously, we'll see what we're dealing with tomorrow. It looks like SPX is dropping even lower now. Yeah, we're dropping towards yesterday's lows. So no good. Bitcoin's doing its best to hold on. It's doing its best to hold on. Not looking too bad compared to SPX, to be honest. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who joined. Math, I just joined. Are we thinking up or down? The market's open, Math. Market's open. It's been open since 1:30. Because the US clocks changed over the weekend. So market's opening at 1:30 UK time for the next couple of weeks until so when British summertime kicks in at the end of the month, it'll be back to 2:30 then. But yeah, for the next few weeks, it's 1:30 open. We did go down on open. SPX is looking to take out yesterday's low, so we need to bounce here really. Oh no, this is today's low. So this was futures. That was futures low. But yeah, we need to bounce on the SPX. Otherwise, yeah, Bitcoin. See, here we go. So Bitcoin's starting to roll over now under the pressure from SPX. It was all looking all right until this opened and just started to roll over, offering no relief. So SPX bottom pretty much equals Bitcoin relief. Until then, yeah, maybe we're going to roll over on Bitcoin, but that's where we're at. ICT. It's a strange question. I'll go back to sleep then. Yeah. Big thank you to everyone who joined anyway. And yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Obviously, we've got Save with Crypto on tomorrow. When stock market starts 24/7, will you stream 24/7? Absolutely not, no. Absolutely not. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who joined today. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Obviously, Wednesdays is Stream with Save with Crypto Day, so that should be a good one. And we'll obviously look to see where the market's at, if we are further down or further up from this point onwards. And I'll catch you all. No, stay please, my Hill story. DM it to me, ICT. Between now and me starting tomorrow's stream, DM it to me and I'll read it out on stream when you come in. When you come into the stream and comment so I know that you're in it, mate, just DM it to me today or early tomorrow So I've got it all ready to read out, and I'll read it out on stream. All right. So we'll look forward to that. But yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a good one. And yeah, we'll see what state the market is in during tomorrow's stream. Make sure you check the links in the description as well. Sign up to BLOFIN, sign up to Stonksy. Bye-bye.